For decades, the landscape of U.S. defense contracting was dominated by a familiar group of industrial titans: Lockheed Martin, Raytheon now RTX, Boeing, General Dynamics, and Northrop Grumman, collectively known as the Big Five. These companies have monopolized military contracts, shaped U.S. defense policy, and consistently drawn billions from the Pentagon's budget. But today, the balance of power is shifting. A new generation of technology firms is breaking into the defense space, companies born not from the Cold War, but from Silicon Valley. Startups and private tech firms like SpaceX, Anduril Industries, and Palantir are forging a new era of digital warfare, powered by AI, autonomous systems, and data-centric platforms. These firms are not just making weapons, they're reimagining the very nature of warfare. The unshakable grip of the Big Five U.S. defense industry is the largest in the world, with the Department of Defense DoD budget consistently exceeding $800 billion annually. For more than 30 years, the Big Five defense contractors have commanded the lion's share of that spending. Their influence is immense, shaping procurement cycles, defense priorities, and even foreign policy directions. Between 2020 and 2024 alone, the Pentagon spent $4.4 trillion. Of that amount, private contractors received $2.4 trillion in awards. And out of those private contracts, more than $771 billion, or nearly one-third, was allocated to just the Big Five. Here's how those figures break down. Lockheed Martin, $313 billion. Torx, formerly Raytheon Technologies, $145 billion. Boeing, $105 billion. General Dynamics, $104 billion. Northrop Grumman, $104 billion. Lockheed Martin led the pack by a wide margin, earning nearly double the contracts of its nearest competitor. From fighter jets like the F-35 to missile systems, satellites, and defense electronics, the Big Five have had near unchecked dominance over nearly every major program. This dominance is not an accident. It's the result of a defense ecosystem designed around long-term, large-scale programs: aircraft that take decades to develop, nuclear systems that require generational planning, and complex bureaucracies built around conventional military-industrial models. But war is changing, and so are the players. The rise of the military tech firms last 5 years have seen a seismic shift. The future of warfare is no longer purely kinetic, it's algorithmic. Artificial intelligence, data fusion, drone swarms, and network-centric operations are now driving the battlefield. And it's precisely in these domains where the new generation of military tech firms excels. Companies like SpaceX, Anduril Industries, and Palantir Technologies have become the vanguard of this new movement. They offer the Pentagon speed, innovation, and a software-first approach that the Big Five struggle to match. Anduril Industries, the rebel arsenal founded by Palmer Luckey, the creator of Oculus VR. Anduril is arguably the most disruptive new player in the defense sector. In just a few years, Anduril has won contracts for autonomous underwater vehicles Ghost Shark in collaboration with the US, UK, Australia AUKUS Alliance Aerodrenner UAV interceptor systems, $250 million counter UAV technology for the US Marine 6 for $2 million border surveillance systems as part of the $6 billion Big Beautiful Bill Integrated Visual Augmentation System IVAS military goggles designed to enhance soldier awareness with real-time data overlays. Anduril is also competing to build collaborative combat aircraft, uncrewed systems that will operate alongside 5th and 6th generation fighters, like the F-35, and the future NGAD next generation air dominance. Its approach? Rapid prototyping, modular software, and off-the-shelf commercial components, an antithesis to the legacy model of military hardware development. Palantir, weaponizing big data, a controversial data mining firm known for working with U.S. intelligence agencies. Palantir has become a major defense contractor. Its specialty lies in data integration, predictive modeling, and AI-powered battlefield awareness. Major contracts include $618 million Army contract for a next-gen data platform, $480 million for Project Maven, an AI-enabled targeting system, $463 million from U.S. Special Operations Command to integrate advanced software into military operations. Palantir's software-driven approach aligns perfectly with the Pentagon's push for joint all-domain command and control, jacked to a future vision where data from all sensors across all services can be shared in real time to support rapid decision-making. SpaceX, redefining space warfare. Elon Musk's SpaceX isn't just launching rockets for NASA. It has become the Pentagon's go-to partner for launching military satellites, building space-based early warning and communications infrastructure, deploying Starlink, a satellite internet system already in use by Ukrainian forces, developing Starshield, a secure version of Starlink for military and intelligence agencies, proposing Starship for global cargo and personnel movement with its rapid launch cadence, low-cost delivery systems, and agile R&D. SpaceX is positioning itself as a central player in future space-based military logistics and communications. Silicon Valley vs. Cold War giant SWAT sets these new tech firms apart from the Big Five. Speed. Startups iterate fast. What takes Lockheed years to develop, Anduril builds in months. Software-first design. New defense systems are not built around metal, but around code. Agility. Tech firms are not bogged down by legacy contracts or outdated bureaucratic processes. Vision. They're designing for AI warfare, not Cold War doctrine. Even traditional tech firms like Google, Microsoft, Amazon, and IBM are investing heavily in defense, particularly in the realm of cloud computing, cybersecurity, and AI infrastructure. The Pentagon's $10 billion cloud computing program, for instance, is shared between all of them. As AI-enabled warfare takes center stage, the relevance of traditional defense contractors is being challenged at a foundational level. Influence, lobbying, and the new political game. While the Big Five still dominate in lobbying dollars, the new tech firms are learning fast. They've adopted the same political playbook: strategic donations, think tank sponsorships, and the infamous revolving door between government and industry. Consider these examples. Elon Musk donated nearly $277 million to Donald Trump's 2024 campaign, and briefly served as head of the Department of Government Efficiency (DOGE). Palmer Luckey has hosted multiple fundraisers for Trump and is a vocal supporter of populist defense reform. Anduril co-founder Trey Stevens served on Trump's transition team in 2016. Peter Thiel, Palantir's founder, has deeply embedded himself in defense policy through political allies like Senator J.D. Vance. An investigation by the New York Times found that over 50 former Pentagon officials moved into military-focused venture capital firms between 2019 and 2023. These TIs are reshaping defense policymaking, making sure that tomorrow's contracts align with tomorrow's tech. The Pentagon's dilemma, reinvent or collapse. The Department of Defense now finds itself at a crossroads. On one side are the entrenched defense giants, massive, experienced, but slow and inflexible. On the other, tech-savvy disruptors, innovative, agile, but lacking experience with large-scale production and deployment. Some insiders argue that the DoD must support both. Lockheed Martin and its peers still deliver indispensable capabilities like stealth fighters, aircraft carriers, and strategic missile systems. These platforms are irreplaceable in a near-peer war. At the same time, newer firms are essential for building out the invisible battlefield: cyber, electronic warfare, space control, and autonomous operations. A full-spectrum military in the 2030s will need both jet engines and algorithms, both hardware platforms and autonomous decision loops. The challenge is ensuring the Pentagon doesn't spend so much time protecting legacy vendors that it misses the future entirely. The road ahead: a battle for the soul of the arsenal, provocative essay titled, "Rebooting the Arsenal of Democracy," Anduril argued that America's current defense industrial base is outdated. The largest defense contractors are staffed with patriots, but they do not have the software expertise or business model to build the technology we need. These companies built the tools that kept us safe in the past, but they are not the future of our defense. That statement captures the essence of the moment. The future of war will be defined not by who has the most missiles, but by who can think, act, and respond the fastest across air, land, sea, space, and cyberspace. Whether the Pentagon can adapt remains to be seen. But one thing is certain: the dominance of the Big Five is no longer guaranteed. They are being challenged on every front: on contracts, on technology, on political influence, and on cultural relevance. And in this new arms race, it's not just about who builds the biggest bomb. It's about who builds the smartest one.